Good morning, St. Paul and the Twin Cities. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Gosh, I don't know. It's, you know how you know when you're having technical difficulties and it's time for you to get a new computer. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I apologize for being late. This is the Un-Bougie Foodie show, and this is a show about food, where we have discussions about recipes, food festivals, restaurants in the local area that you should visit. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. So if you're relaxing and having maybe a cup of coffee, please continue to relax and just listen. If you're interested in joining in the conversation or have comments or even suggestions about the show or about a certain restaurant or place that you would like to share on the air, please feel free to give us a call here at the radio station. It is 651-200-3479. Again, 651-200-3479. We will be taking calls as they come in. But if you want to make a comment or maybe offer a question or comment on the Facebook page, please feel free to visit the Un-Bougie Foodie Facebook page. Or else send me a message or an email message if you would. It may be something that you have a question on, or again would like to find what a recommendation is for the local area based on certain cuisine. But that email address to reach me is theunbougiefoodie@gmail.com. Again, theunbougiefoodie@gmail.com. And again, if you're interested in calling the radio station, make sure you're calling that number. It's 651-200-3479. There's so much going on. I'm glad, we are in the throngs. I guess we're in the middle, you would say, of maybe summer. People's perception of summer sometimes, especially when you're from a different state or something, and you come to a state that's, again, different from where you originated from, and you're like, this is supposed to be summer, isn't it? Well, I know it's quite different, a different type of summer here in Minnesota, and I've been here 9 years, but still, summer needs to be at least 4 months rather than just a couple. But we are in the throngs of summer, and what better way than to enjoy the numerous food festivals, or just festivals in general, that are actually happening. A good example of one that I'll mention, it is the one that WEQY 104.7 they are hosting, which is 7th Street Live. And 7th Street Live is going to be on August 26th from noon to 6 p.m. Right here in St. Paul, 895 7th Street. That's in St. Paul, Minnesota, 55106. It's going to include art and food, and it's a family-friendly atmosphere. And again, it's free. So come out and enjoy, get to know members of the community, especially show hosts here at the radio station. There will be a specific booth that we'll be at. I will be there, as well as many of your other show hosts and radio station personalities as well. So, just a few, a lineup of different artists that are going to be there. Ashley DeBose from The Voice, The Lioness, Un-Bougie. So many other different artists, and you know, musical art, as well as artisan pieces, and then the food. You know, I'm all about the food. So I'm going to be hopefully a roving reporter going from maybe one vendor to another. This is going to be a really exciting event. Again, make sure that you are saving the date for that. It is August 26th, noon to 6 p.m. Right here again in St. Paul, 895 7th Street. And that is the reason why it is called 7th Street Live. There will be multiple stages that will be providing artist performances, and bring your children, because again, it is a family friendly event. Parents, you could be safe and know that your children are, you know, not in they're in a safe environment, because really it's about getting out and being in the community. And for one, WEQY is definitely all about that and focuses on that in every aspect what they do. So I'm looking forward myself to meeting any of you, especially listeners of the show. Maybe we could share some different suggestions or restaurants that we've gone to, because, you know, I haven't gone to everyone, but you know, why not offer your suggestion? And you never know, you might have an opportunity to be on air at the time and share a particular suggestion. So again, that is one that's going to be on the 26th, but there is one today, and it's, when I say literally across the street, it literally is across the street. Clues Fiesta Latina 2017. It is going to be an awesome event. It's celebrating Latino art and culture. It's, again, a family-friendly event. It's more about the community, and it's highlighting the vibrancy of the Latin culture, along with Latino food, live music, folklorico, and just dancing. It's going to be a really great time. And honestly, if you're interested and have some free time today, it is going to be from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the address is 797 East 7th Street. When you're driving down, you can't miss it. Bright, colorful. The streets are blocked off, so it will be an enjoyable time. You know, come out and enjoy the Latin culture. I know I'm going. For obvious reasons. Well, I'm doing double duty, so I have a responsibility over there. But gosh, just think about all the different types of foods that are going to be available. If it's like last year, it's going to be a variety of just Mexican flavor and cuisines, elotes, all the different types of tacos, other appetizing foods for you to just simply enjoy the time, as well as the music. So, yeah, come out and enjoy the day. It's today, August 12th. Again, that's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's going to be an enjoyable time. So, you can park on the street. Yeah. Anyway. Another event that I would like to actually mention, and this is one, again, that's close to me, because myself, as the Un-Bougie Foodie, I am actually hosting an event at the Minnesota State Fair. And even though I am hosting this event, it really is just an opportunity for me to meet you as my listeners and to celebrate the time that I've been on the air. It's been 1 year. It's my 1 year anniversary. So I want to actually just show my appreciation and just encourage you to come out to the fair on that particular day. There is an invite that will be formally sent specifically with an event. That invitation you've seen posted previously, but I want to actually provide you with an actual event. because this would be the day that, because it is a small event, I am selecting or giving an opportunity for about 20 to 25 people to actually, enjoy the company, or for me to enjoy your company, I should say, and to get a memento for the day, and to commemorate, my 1 year anniversary, and share in an opportunity to win a $25 restaurant gift card. Now, again, that event is going to be available for you to the first 20, 25 people to actually reply to the event will have the opportunity to join me while we're at the fair. And if you'd like, I've also provided a number of what I'm calling the Un-Bougie Foodie picks. So we know that there are at least 31 different new foods that are going to be at the fair. On the back of, the commemorative ID tag and so forth, you'll actually see all my picks. Ones that are really, I've broken them out from breakfast to afternoon, lunch, or things that you would normally have for lunch, and even, sugar, getting that sugar fix. So having either a dessert or just something sweet to kind of like give you a pick-me-up. Again, that event is actually going to be, you'll see that in an event in the next couple of hours. When you do, please make sure that, you sign up to, at least, if you're going to be at the fair that day, please make sure that you, again, sign up and reply to or RSVP, I should say, to the event, and join me for a little conversation, some social interaction. There'll be photos that we'll be able to take. And this will, again, a hashtag is already created, actually, and customized, so that once you are taking pictures of the foods at the fair from those Un-Bougie Foodie pics, again, that will give you an opportunity to be in the drawing for that $25 restaurant gift card. So don't miss out. It will be a day full of fun, aside from the fact that that day by the Minnesota State Fair has been chosen to be Minnesota Cooks Day. So directly associated with the Minnesota State Fair, they are having that day specifically set aside to have celebrity chefs, food, Instagram influencers. There'll be demonstrations of different dishes and opportunities for you to learn about different cuisines, as well as participation. If they're going to cook food, come on, you know that they're going to have someone tasting the food. So it could be you. You never know. So again, that is going to be on August 27th, 2017. That's on a Sunday. Again, the event is going to be called Foodies at the Fair. I hope that you will have an opportunity to come out and join in the festivities, and it'll just be a really fun time to celebrate, again, my 1 year anniversary of being on the air. So again, with all of that said, there's so many different events that are coming up as well. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I want to mention that next week there is actually going to be a food truck rally, or just a food truck festival in St. Paul. So if you are in the Mears Park area, you should make sure to go. I am actually really looking forward to it, because there is a specific food truck that I'm going to have as a guest, and we'll be talking about their cuisine, what they create, and all I'm going to say, it's all about bacon. So if you are not familiar with the food truck Bacon Me Crazy, shout out to the owners, JJ, creator, food truck owner. Yeah, it's bacon. You'll hear more information on that, throughout the week, and definitely tune in next week when we'll be specifically talking to the owner of that food truck. Uh, Again, they'll give us some insight on the different foods that they prepare or will prepare. Um, yeah, so make sure you're listening this week. I'm always encouraging you to tune in, or so this is no different. But yeah, it's going to definitely be a fun time. That food truck festival, though, I'm trying to get you that information. Hmm. Oh, yes. Festival. Oh, I see again the whole issue with getting a new computer. Yeah, we need to get a new computer. I see that now. So the date is August 19th. Again, it's going to be in Mears Park, St. Paul, Minnesota 55101. And there, it is a free event, but it is one of the Twin Cities' most popular food events too. The St. Paul Food Truck Festival. It's going to be at Mears Park, and that's on a Saturday. So next week Saturday, make sure that you're getting a chance to come out. I always encourage coming out and doing things because during the cold winter months, or I guess as we go into fall, there's still a lot of activities, but in the summer here, people are really out in droves, and you get a chance to interact with so many other folks and learn about just other activities and festivals that are available. So again, Mears Park, St. Paul Food Truck Festival. Make sure you're coming out to that. And again, that's going to be on August 19th. That's going to be from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So a good chunk of time for you to really enjoy a variety of different foods. I can only imagine. I don't have a listing of the different food trucks that are going to be out there, but if it's like any of the others that have been, I think it's going to be really good. I wonder if there's going to be any new ones. I'll give you more information next week too, but it's just quite interesting that not a list. Can't find one anywhere. Anyway, there will. Oh wait. Well, if you're ever interested, you can actually find out who the food trucks are that are in the Mears Park area, just on a everyday basis. There are a number of them: Cupcake Social, Bacon Trolley, Cajun to Go. I like this one, Fork in the Road. Fork in the Road. They're a food truck that's run by self-proclaimed food geniuses. They serve up good eats on the streets, and they focus on American cuisine and sandwiches to folks in the Twin Cities. So that's pretty cool. Ola Arepa, very popular spot. They have a brick and mortar, I believe, on Nicolette, 35th and Nicolette, if I'm not mistaken. But they also have a food truck. The food truck, they bring corn cakes, slow roasted meats, and sauces. They have a double pork Cuban and Swiss sandwich. Yeah. So there's such a wide variety of different food trucks that are going to be available. Now, I'll see about finding that information and post it on my Facebook page, for the Un-Bougie Foodie. But hey, if anyone, any listeners out there have idea of maybe their favorite food truck that they hope is going to either be at the St. Paul Food Truck Festival, give me a call. Let's talk about it. The number here is 651-200-3479. Again, that's 651-200-3479. And, on a day-to-day basis, you wonder, gosh, what are the things that I could actually make? Probably with eggs or a specific, something really simple. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. And, I asked this question because I think everybody knows how to boil eggs. I really do. But there are little gadgets that are out there that make it so much easier, I should say, to boil an egg, or to get a hard-boiled egg, or even a soft-boiled, or just the various stages. So if you're not familiar with having a rapid egg cooker, it just looks like it's a little unit that just, you pour a little bit of water in the base of the unit. Put your number of eggs in there. I mean, there's a little process, but it's very, very simple, and you can't go wrong with it at all. I just purchased one. I've had it for maybe about a month now, and I just recently did some eggs and was just thinking, what are the different other types of recipes aside from just doing hard-boiled eggs? There are doing hollandaise. Or eggs Benedict, with hollandaise sauce, or a poached egg. I haven't had, aside from, let me see, I have had eggs Benedict before, but it's been a while just to say, okay, I'm having some toast and poached eggs. It's been quite a while since I've done that. And this little gadget just makes it so simple. Literally, it tells you, it asks you on the chart, what style of egg are you trying to make? The number of eggs that you're making, or that you're trying to prepare, and then tells you the time that's needed, or that it would actually take. These small cup, as I mentioned before, that you would just basically put some water, because you have to do eggs with water, or you have to cook it a certain type of way with water. In this case, you're steaming the eggs. So the bottom portion of the unit acts as the heating unit, and you're pouring the water into that to send up steam, to the eggs. But it's so simple, and I feel like a little kid with it, because I'm just thinking of all the different things, and it has a number of different recipes. The Rapid Egg Cooker, by Dash, it has a small recipe book that it comes with. So it's an instructional, and then for the first half of the manual, and then the other half is a recipe, a number of recipes, at least 7 or 8 different recipes, and then it gives you even at the back how to steam certain vegetables, because you can also do small vegetables if you're a single individual and you're just, hey, I don't need an entire pot of broccoli, or maybe even some dumplings. The Asian markets, they have already pre-cooked and they just need to be steamed, and you don't really have to pull out an entire pot or whatever, or go through the huge long process. This little unit, the Rapid Egg Cooker, can be used to do those as well. Here's an example of a cup of raw broccoli florets. You would just pour 1.5 ounce of water into the heating plate, and then cook the broccoli in. There are different units there are different containers to the actual Rapid Egg Cooker, and one is the as they refer to it as the omelet bowl. And again, all of these are all pieces that come with the egg cooker. So it's not like, oh gosh, where am I gonna? Do I have to purchase that? Yeah, it was really inexpensive. I had seen why I even caught my attention was because I was over at a friend's house, and wonderful cooks, and they were doing eggs. I think they were doing a curry egg curry for brunch. We were over their home for, and when they pulled out this little unit, I thought, and I'm like, okay, you're about to boil eggs. He's like, no, we're about to use our little egg cooker. And they've had it for a while. So this is not a brand new, gadget. It's one that, it is one that has been around for a while. I guess I've just been the slow one. I've done my eggs, the old fashioned way in a pot, water, and so on. But gosh, when I saw them using that, I'm like, how do I get one? I need one in my life. But yeah, it's a perfect little gadget. And again, with all the recipes, and I'm going to share one or two of those with you in just a moment. But if you're interested, I believe you could find it at maybe your local department store, or it's online. Very inexpensive. So I think everybody needs to have an egg cooker in their life. Rapid egg cooker, that is. One of the recipes that caught my attention, because it doesn't have to be very fancy or anything, but if you have a few ingredients, you could do an egg salad. And I think everybody knows how to really do an egg salad. It's not a problem. But with the egg cooker, it just makes it so easy. It uses 6 hard-boiled eggs, and of course you're going to cool them and peel them. Half a stalk of celery, 1/8 a cup of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of Dijon-style mustard, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. And then again, the directions very simple. You're just going to remove the shells from the fully cooked eggs. You're going to cut the eggs in squares, finely dice them, and then add the celery, and then mix together. Of course, you're going to dice the celery as well. You want them in small pieces. I like my celery in small pieces. What about you guys? There's so many different ways that an egg salad can be done. I like to be able to taste those different flavors, but not to the point of I guess maybe it's a texture thing. I don't need large celery pieces. I just need to know that there's that flavor that's there. So anyway, however you'd like to do your celery, make sure that you're finely dicing the eggs and the celery, and then mix it together. You're going to add the 1/8 cup of mayonnaise, the mustard, the salt, and the pepper, and then you're just going to mix it all together. And you can blend it to a smoother texture, or if you like your eggs, especially the whites, to be a bit more, I'll say, prominent in the salad. You could just mix it up so that, again, it's a texture thing. But mix it until it's to whatever desired texture that you would like. And then you could serve it on any type of, whether it be a cracker or a multi-grain bread. They suggested with cucumbers, and that's actually really cool because it gives a nice, fresh, added taste to when you're biting into that sandwich, along with the egg salad itself. So it brightens up that sandwich even more so. But hey, put in your own. As soon as I was saying that, I was thinking about bacon. Add some bacon. Crumble up some bacon and put that over on top, and have a really great a great little egg salad that's, you know, with extra stuff. Another one, I'm not going to do the eggs Benedict because eggs Benedict it takes a little bit of time. I do think that everyone should know how to do deviled eggs. And it's so simple with this rapid egg cooker. I mean, literally, there are like 7 ingredients to this. Uh, Again, 6 hard-boiled eggs, 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of Dijon-style mustard, 1/8 a teaspoon of salt, and then the other ingredients. These are herbs. They're really just used for garnishes, so, like paprika, chives, and dill. They're really for garnishes. And if you really want to get fancy, you could probably saute maybe some capers and then add that as a garnish on top. That's a little added bonus. It's not in the recipe, but if you want to add it, you can. That can come later. I'll talk to you in a minute about that later. But the directions for the deviled eggs. Here again, you're going to peel your eggs and then cut them in half lengthwise. You're going to remove the yolk and then put that in a large bowl separately. And then you're going to cream them into a paste with a fork. So the way that the rapid egg cooker, makes it so simple, this is going to be an effortless process. Next, you're going to mix in the mayonnaise, mustard, and the salt. You're then going to spoon in, and it says spoon or pipe in the mixture into the egg whites. So if you're wondering, okay, I don't have any type of piping, bakery bags or something like that. I think I probably made a suggestion of this maybe weeks ago. Put that in a sandwich bag, if you would. And then simply cut off or snip off the end, the corner of the bag, and simply squeeze that into the egg whites. So that's what they're really referring to as piping. Now, of course, if you want to have an actual design or something, then maybe you might want to invest in maybe an inexpensive, pastry bag that comes with the different connectors that have the different designs. Some that look like multi-stars and a swirl, or I'm getting way out there, but don't worry, we're getting back to the recipe. But again, where it talks about spoon or pipe the mixture into the egg whites, there you have a solution. So you could easily use a spoon, or want to get a little bit more fancy again, but still don't have that piping bag, use a Ziploc bag. Then you were just going to place the eggs in the refrigerators just so that they could set. And you really want to keep them cold anyway. Deviled eggs taste good cold. Room temperature, not so much. Yeah, cold. Right before you're ready to serve them. And then right as you're probably like presenting them to your guests, or you're about to eat it all yourself, not all of the eggs, but 1 or 2 of them, you want to garnish the eggs with a dash of paprika and any of those freshly cut chives or dill. You can also add, like I was mentioning, saute some capers and then add that as a garnish as well. Trust me. The mixture of the capers or when you're taking that full bite and having the capers and the other garnish, because you don't have to put a lot, 1 or 2, well, maybe like 4 or 5 actually, along with the paprika and the chives and dill. Perfect combination of that, of a full bite or a half bite. Yeah. So there you have it, deviled eggs and also egg salad. I'll make sure to make these available on the Facebook page if you're interested in making these. Now, again, you don't have to have the egg cooker to do that, but the Rapid Egg Cooker does make it a bit easier. And this is in no way being sponsored by the Rapid Egg Cooker. It was just a gadget that I thought I wanted to talk about. It was just kind of fun to talk about. I'm also interested in finding out what gadgets are in your kitchen. Maybe something that you feel that you can't live without. Hey, give me a call, 651-200-3479, and share. We could find out what's in your kitchen, your favorite gadget to use. It's never, you never know. Somebody else might be wanting to enjoy a gadget just like you. Something that you already have. There's another recipe that I want to share. It is, and this one's a little bit more involved. It's, if you're having a fancy type of affair, this one is referred to as a giant summer tomato tart. So it takes about 15 minutes. Well, actually, to prepare, 15 minutes. A total time is about 1 hour and 10 minutes to, for it to come out, I guess, wonderful and fabulous. And this was just a recipe that I saw from this month's Food and Wine magazine. So every now and then, I'm going to actually share a recipe with you. If it's not for the full time that we have, that I have with you here on the Un-Bougie Foodie show, there will be one or two. But I thought this one was really nice because we have the different vegetables that are out there, and this was just very unique. Gosh, if you've never seen maybe a picture or had a summer tart, well, in this case, a tomato summer tart, it's pretty. I mean, the colors, everything. It's very aesthetically attractive and pleasing. So we're going to share this recipe. And here it starts with 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And then you're going to probably still need a little bit more for drizzling. So keep that in mind. 8 sheets of filo dough. That's thawed. You get filo dough at your local grocery store too as well. Half a cup of fine dried breadcrumbs. 8 ounces of cream cheese. Have to have a base. 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. 1 1/2 pounds of mixed heirloom tomatoes, thinly sliced. Flaky sea salt and pepper, and then basil leaves for garnish. So first and foremost, you're going to actually preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and then you're going to brush a large rim baking sheet with about 2 teaspoons of the olive oil. And that filo dough that you would have obtained, you would lay 1 sheet of the filo dough on the baking sheet, and then you're going to keep the rest covered and with a damp paper towel because you don't want it to dry out. You're going to then brush that filo dough with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and sprinkle all over with 1 tablespoon of the breadcrumbs. And then you're going to keep repeating that process and with the remaining filo dough pieces, again with the olive oil and then the breadcrumbs. Next, you're going to bake the crust for about 25 minutes. It's going to get really golden brown, and then it's going to start to crisp up, and even the edges are going to probably start to curl, but that's what makes it look so good. And the dough itself is just light and flaky and tasty. But until it gets that golden crisp color, you're going to also be rotating the baking sheet halfway through the cooking process too. So when that is finally done, you're then going to cool that completely, because you don't want the next ingredients that you're going to be adding to the filo dough or to your base to just turn into liquid or just start to get runny. So in a food processor, you're going to pulse the cream cheese and the mayonnaise until it's smooth, and then you're going to take that and spread the cream cheese mixture in the center of the tart, and then you're going to leave a half-inch border on the filo dough because you don't want to push it all the way out to the edge. Once you've done that, you're then going to arrange your tomato slices on top of that cream cheese mixture, and then sprinkle all of that with the flaky sea salt, and I like cracked ground pepper. So if you have freshly ground pepper, definitely use that. But again, not too much, just the amount really to taste. The same thing with your flaky sea salt. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it. So remember to do it to taste. Then after that, you're going to drizzle a little bit more of the olive oil across all of the entire the tomatoes, the cream cheese mixture, just a little bit, very lightly. And then you're going to, if you have, again, the basil, that extra flavor, earthiness that comes along with that basil. Yeah, those basil leaves. And you could either use the whole leaves, or I personally like to actually cut them up in, you roll up your basil leaves and then cut them up like in strips. It's referred to as it's only just a process that you learn, not something of culinary expertise, but just something that you learn. It's called chiffonade. So when you're rolling up any type of leaves, in this particular case with the basil, you're going to roll them up. You're going to basically lay each of the leaves together and then roll the leaves, and then just simply thinly slice each that rolled up leaves, and it's called again a chiffonade. The cut that you're actually giving it is a chiffonade, and then I would sprinkle that across the top of the tomato and cream cheese mixture. And then from there, you're just simply going to cut the entire tart into servable pieces, and there you have it. I mean, again, I know it seems like it is a lot, but these are vegetables, summer vegetables, items that you could find, at your local grocery store, not any type of specialty store. So don't be intimidated by it. It's a wonderful recipe, and yeah, giant summer tart. Once again, I'll make sure to put that available on the Un-Bougie Foodie Facebook page so that you would have the opportunity to see that, and possibly, who knows, maybe you might make it. Again, make sure that you're visiting the Un-Bougie Foodie Facebook page to find out information about places that I've gone to, restaurants, suggestions, recipes, such as the ones that we've already spoken about, simple ones, even ones a little bit more involved. But again, all to interest you in getting into cooking and either going to a restaurant, learning about a new type of cuisine. This show is specifically for you, my listeners, ones that like to share and talk about food just like I do. I'm here every Saturday, and I look forward to each and every time that we are able to be on the air and I'm able to share information with you about different places or restaurants and even festivals that involve food in our local areas of the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the east side of St. Paul, because, got to focus on the east side because that's where we are. So all the different events that are coming up that are involving food, again, I'm encouraging you to get out there and be in the community, but make sure you're tasting some food too, because this is the time when you really want to be out and enjoying all the different variety of cuisines that are out there. Gosh, remember, next weekend, next Saturday, 11 to 9, there's going to be the St. Paul Food Truck Festival, and that is going to be at Mears Park. Again, that's August 19th. So just as a reminder, I want to remind you too again about 7th Street Live that is going to be coming up August 26th. That is being hosted by WEQY 104.7. That is going to again be from noon to 6 p.m. right here in St. Paul. And then, of course, lastly, my event that will be Foodies at the Fair. It'll be to celebrate my 1-year anniversary of being on the air and sharing this experience with you, all about food. It will be August 27th, and it will be just a time for me to get a chance to know you and to meet you. And you'll get a commemorative, in this case, I'll tell you, a commemorative t-shirt and maybe even a picture with me. I'll enjoy that. I hope you would too. So if you are at the fair on that particular date and you apply the RSVP to the event, you will definitely be getting a commemorative t-shirt to go along with the visit there at the fair and getting a chance to celebrate with me for my anniversary. Gosh, the time has really flown by, and I really want to thank you once again for joining me, the Un-Bougie Foodie, for just the time that we've spent together. I look forward to meeting all of you, or any that have the opportunity to come out to 7th Street Live, as well as to come out to the fair to celebrate the show with me. As I end the show, I want to encourage everyone, as always, never to let anyone tell you what type of foodie to be, because really, it is all about the food. And until next time, folks, take care and peace.